Hello everyone, Ranjit this side. So in this video, we'll be discussing more about the data manipulation in SQL. See, there are two types of SQL commands. One is the data manipulation command, and then we have data definition command. So, but before discussing about these specific commands, let's understand why the data analyst needs to know these commands to do their work. See, most of the data analyst work is about collecting the data, and then we have cleaning and then restructuring that data, right? Only after that can a data analyst move ahead with the analysis work. So a common assumption in the market, or let's say with the beginners, is that from morning to evening you will be writing queries to do the analysis part, but that's not the fact. The fact is the 80% of the work that you will be doing is about data manipulation or data collection, or let's say data restructuring, right? And then only you will be doing the data analysis part. So that's the major part goes to the collection, cleaning, and restructuring. So SQL has basically three commands for the data manipulation, right? One is the insert command, then we have update, and then we have the delete command. So let's first go to the insert command. We have a table over here, which is DBO NSE. I will show you the data first. Select star from. So this is the data that we have. So what I did, I basically clicked on execute, or you can also press F5 on your keyboard. So it will execute this particular query. Why did I select this query is because if there are like multiple queries and then you need to run only one query, you can just select this whole query and then execute it. Right. Okay. So this is the NSE data. So NSE data is a National Stock Exchange data, and then we have ticker. Ticker is basically the name, or let's say the abbreviation, I would say, of that particular stock. And then we have description, price, technical rating, volume price, market capitalization. I'll not go very deep into this, but this is what the data is. So I took it out from let's say the TradingView website. Now this is a list again. So we have ticker, description, price, and all. And then if you see over here, there is a NVARCHAR is a data type, and then it says not null. So when it says not null, it means this ticker column needs to have the data here. It's a mandatory part, or let's say it's a mandatory column data, right? And then there are columns which includes null. It means it's okay if data do not of the or this particular column do not have the data, right? So if I say, let's say this one, so this price to earning ratio is basically null. So it means, see, price to earning ratio, it is null. So it means the null values can be added into this particular column. Okay, I'll not go very deep because we have further videos which will make things more clearer to you. Okay, so this is the select statement. Now let's insert, or let's write a insert statement. Now this is the insert statement. Let me comment this line. The shortcut to comment this line is Control KC. This will make the whole line comment. Right. So now if you see over here, we have insert into, this is a table name, right? dbo.nsc is a table name, and then we have all these ticker, description, price, volume, and sector and volume price. So these are the columns, and then the corresponding values that we need to add in this in these particular columns. So but make sure if you are writing ticker at first, then the ticker should, the value of that ticker should be the next one, right? It should be the corresponding the values. Okay, so now when I run this query, what it will do, basically it will insert a new row into this table, right? So right now how many records do we have? We have 6,581, and then when I run this, it will show one row affected. And then if I run this query, select star, then we have 6,582 records. Now, so this is the insert query. Then in the data manipulation command, we have update query or update command, right? So update command is used to change the data that is already there in the table, right? So let's say for an example, I already wrote, or we already inserted this data, right? So let me filter this data first just to show you. So I'm saying select star from DBO NSE. Here I would say the ticker. Let's take the ticker. ticker is equal to, what did I say? I said Ranjit. So I inserted Ranjit, right? And then let's run this. So we have this ticker named, or let's say a row, right? And this row came because of running this insert statement. Okay, great. Now what we'll be doing, we will be running the update command. So update command basically we need to specify the table name, right? So let me take that update command. So this is the update command. Let me make it a bit more readable. Update, this is the table name. And then I'm saying this is the description. So what we are trying to do, we will be changing this description in this particular row, right? Where there is a ticker named Ranjit. So now this where condition or this where clause is really important. Why? Because if you, now let's first run this query. I will show you why it's really important. So only one row affected, right? Now, if you do not have this where clause over here, what it will do? If you see, the description is changed to Ranjit, right? Now, if you don't have the where clause over here, for an example, right now, this select statement is also having a where clause, because of which it's showing only a single record, right? But if you do not have the where clause over here, right? So what it will do, it will give you the list of all the records, right? And the same goes with the update statement. If you do not add the where clause, what it will do, it will update the description of all the rows in this particular table. So always make sure that you have a where clause in your update and delete command. So sometimes I have seen people who's doing mistakes. Even I have done this mistake, when you have to run very big queries, or when you are writing some queries, these kind of things happen. So what you can do in that, you can add a rollback command, which we will be going through in the future videos. So rollback, what it does, it will roll back the statement that you know executed. I will come on to that. Okay, so for the time being, what I'm saying, the update statement with where condition. Okay, only one row will be affected. And make sure to comment this line after executing that command, or let's say the query, because it's update, delete, and insert queries always needs to be commented or removed as soon as you execute them. I'm telling you out of my experience. Okay, now let's delete. Now let's focus on the delete command, right? So delete command will delete the data from the table. What I'm saying is delete from this table where the ticker is Ranjit. Now again, please make sure that you have a where clause over here. If you do not have the where clause, it will delete everything from the table, and then it will be a big mess. So yeah, so always have this where clause, and then I'm saying to delete this record, right? So once we delete this record, make sure you comment this, and then you go and do the select statement. And then when you have the select statement, or when you run the select statement, you will not find any record because we just deleted that record. So these three, when I say, are the insert, update, and delete commands is a part of data manipulation commands. Why? Because they manipulate the data. Now, select statement, like I said, is really important. Didn't go through it very much, but I'll just give you an example again, right? So let me remove this now, right? So this is a select star from the table name, right? Now, when I say select star, it will give you the columns, all the columns in that particular column, or let's say particular table, right? But if you need only, let's say, ticker, description, price, technical ratings, so what you can do, you can specify the column names which you need, and then it will give you only those columns, because sometimes some tables might have many number of columns and you don't need those number of columns, right? So for that, you can just simply say, I just need ticker, description, price, volume, sector, and the volume price, and you can specify the column names, and then you can have it. Now here also, like we did earlier, you can have the where clause where the ticker is equal to Suzlon, right? So this will give you, we have duplicate records, we need to take care of it in the future. But yeah, so this will filter the data with the where clause, right? Now, earlier what we were doing, we were using the data manipulation command. So update, delete, and insert. In that, the where clause was like important, or let's say it's really critical to add the where clause. But in select statement, it's okay. You don't need to add the where clause when you are selecting this data, because you're only selecting it, you're not updating. Right. But the thing is, if the table is really big, if the table has millions of records, and if you do not add the where clause, then it will take a lot of time for it to execute. And then no, it will take, I mean, it won't be easy for you to work on a huge set of data. So always make sure that you have a where clause. So again, in the where clause, you have the column names and then the table name from where you need the data. So yeah, I think that's all for this video. So this is what the data manipulation command, or the list of data manipulation commands, and then this is how they work. Right. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Have a great day.